One of the most hyped up new coasters for 2020 is Pantheon at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. It's an abnormal addition to an American park, so naturally people don't know what to expect. Today, I'll attempt to answer exactly that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Hey guys, and welcome to 808 Coaster Life. If you're new to this channel and roller coasters are wearing to, then please consider subscribing for content all about roller coasters. Today I'll analyze the new for 2020 Intamin launch coaster Pantheon coming to Busch Gardens Williamsburg. Briefly going over the stats, it has a height of 178 feet, a max speed of 73 miles per hour, 3,328 feet of track, 95-degree drop, 2 inversions and 4 launches. 1 rolling launch and a swing launch mid-ride. I am very excited for when this coaster opens because of multiple reasons. First, Intamin's back! It will be the first big Intamin coaster to come to the US since Skyrush in 2012. I know there was Wavebreaker, which was a family coaster, and Sandy's Blasting Bronco, which looks like a small, clonable coaster, but this is Intamin's true return to the US, and they've changed a lot since then. They've changed their track and seat design, and they've changed the way they've been making coasters. In the early 2010s, they've been making some of the most intense coasters in the world with blackout-worthy positive Gs and thigh-crushing airtime. In the middle of the 2010s, they've laid back a little bit and started to make changes in order to keep up with the industry, and now they're ready to go big again. Now I'll dive into what the ride experience could be like. By the way, full credit for this POV goes to Amusement Insider. You can find their channel in the link in the description. So you start off by rolling out of the station and slowly going through a few twists while passing under a bridge. I guess this is only there as a space holder and it wouldn't do much, but don't worry, there's a better one coming up. Then you go into the first launch reaching 30 miles per hour. Intamin is known for having forceful launches, so I'm hoping all of these launches are no different, but usually their swing launches look a little weaker than their other launches. Your first element after the launch is a 0G winder. For those of you who don't know, this is basically half 0G roll, half corkscrew. This one doesn't look as funky as Taiga, so I'd expect it to provide a very similar experience to a normal 0G roll. Then you turn around into 2 small outer banked turns in opposite directions. You don't go through these elements very fast, so I would expect some good floater airtime. Then you cross over the high-speed switch track. The only existing ride right now to use this is Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure at Islands of Adventure. So it'll be interesting to see how this will work out on a much larger scale. Will it work out, or will it be another downtime machine? It's too early to find out, but I can just hope. So then you go into launch 2, which I believe will take you to 50 miles per hour. Nice bit of weightlessness going over the top hat, then you fall and reach 61 miles per hour backwards. I've never experienced the backwards launch, so let me know down in the comments how that is. Then you go up your spike, which I can tell will provide a lot of weightlessness. Keep in mind you're also going over an airtime hill while you're launching, like Copperhead Strike. You go into your final launch and reach 67 miles per hour. By the way, still not your top speed. Then you go over the top hat, which I gotta say looks very beautiful from pictures. And then you go down your 95-degree drop. Having ridden hang time, I can predict that this drop will be insane and it could be the best part of the ride. But we got some good elements coming up though. So you reach your top speed of 73 miles per hour, whipping through a very forceful turn. This may be the most intense part of the ride because of just how forceful it is. You pop up and go into an outer bank turn, Steel Vengeance style. This one looks taller and banks you at a steeper angle, if that really matters. I'll predict that this will be the best part of the ride because of how much airtime you're gonna get. It looks insane. Then you turn and go into an inverted airtime hill, Intamin's version of the 0G stall. This one looks to provide a lot of hang time, but unlike any other 0G stall, this one rolls in the same direction it started in. The others roll out the opposite direction. I think it looks on par with RMC's best 0G stalls. You turn to the left and go through an intense twisty section and then a wall stall, Intamin's version of the wave turn. This should provide some nice sideways airtime, but it'll probably be just an average wave turn. Then you enter the brakes, thus ending your ride on Pantheon. I love how this layout has a little bit of everything. Positive Gs in some spots, especially at the bottom of the first drop, airtime in the outer banks and wave turns, hang time in the inversions, possible laterals in some sections where it's not banking enough. I find it interesting how there's no traditional camelbacks or bunny hops anywhere in the layout. Every airtime moment that's not an inversion is banked sideways in some way. There are also some moments which look very intense, especially the bottom of the drop and the second set of S-turns. I just would like it to be a little longer, but that might be because of cost or space reasons. I also kind of would like the first part to be a little more fast-paced. The thing I'm most worried about is how it'll ride. The track it's using looks very similar if not identical to Hyperion's track at Energylandia. That ride is known to be shakier towards the back of the train. Both are different from any other track Intamin has used before. But the 2 across trains have been used on many of Intamin's new coasters since 2016, and those rides are known to be smooth. It looks like it was running really fast in the leaked POVs, but how is it going to run when it opens? I'd say it'll warm up over time. Again, it's too early to find out, but we'll see. It'll also be very interesting how the theming would be like. They're theming it to 5 Roman gods, so it has potential for good theming. Usually Busch Gardens does a great job with theming, so I'm expecting this to be no different. Overall, I am very excited for when this opens. Although I'll probably not ride it anytime soon, I still think it's exciting. 2 years ago, we saw what Intamin could do, but pretty soon, we'll be able to experience what new generation Intamin is like. I consider this like a prototype of Park Asterix's launch coaster. Those 2 rides are very similar, except Pantheon is on a little smaller scale. I also think because Busch Gardens Williamsburg is building this, they don't have the need for an RMC. This does very similar things to an RMC, so if they're trying to have a coaster lineup with variety, they don't need an RMC. Of course, it would be awesome for them to get one somehow, but it's not an addition that they have to get. Will it be the best coaster of 2020? Probably not. There are some awesome 2020 coasters including Iron Gwazi, Jersey Devil Coaster, and Orion. I think at best, this could rank at number 2 in terms of new for 2020 coasters, but it is a great fit for this park and will be an amazing ride. If you enjoyed this video, then please let me know by leaving a like on this video. Let me know down in the comments what do you think of this awesome coaster, and if you're new to this channel and roller coasters are what you're into, then please consider subscribing for content all about roller coasters. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.